Hello, good morning, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are. This is Dr. Greg, and for some time now, I haven't made any video, but I want to use this opportunity to thank every one of you for subscribing to my channel, and also to say happy Thanksgiving, post Happy Thanksgiving to some of you here, some of my subscribers here in the United States. It was a weekend of celebration, and this is a time we remember what God has done for us through the year up to this moment. There was so much food to eat, and you can see some of the new changes that food has done to me this weekend. But in all, I just want to thank God and thank you all for your support and everything that you've been doing. And now this is more for the agitation of their Nation Biafra. I want to briefly say something about some of the things that it's needed to be done. Now that the agitation has reached a critical stage, what I mean by that is that right now the globe, the world, is hearing about what we're doing. Any little way I can contribute to make it a faster one, I will do that. Now, Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his team are doing wonderful and marvelous things. We will not hesitate to continue to help in any little way that we can afford to. I'm not afraid of anything as far as the agitation of this cause is concerned. Again, I want to say that it is time for us to continue for all of us to put our hands on deck together so we can bring this to actualization. There are a lot of people that are afraid and saying that this may not be actualized because we are not working together. I don't understand where they are coming from, but it doesn't matter. It takes one person, two people, to bring about a movement. Moses, when he led the children of Israel out of Egypt, it took him, plus other people that assisted him lifting his hands up, and we saw the trouble, the problem he had with the people he was saved leading out of Egypt. And some of you, some Bible scholars and readers can understand that even amongst his people, there were those who were murmuring and even thinking that what he's doing is not good. And what did God do? The Korah and his family and everybody, God opened the ground and swallowed all of them. While I don't pray for any ground to be open so some people can be swallowed, but if you put yourself in that path, that you will be a hindrance to what is happening, God will take you out. Because the fight for this agitation is not a man-made agitation. It is divine. Read history. Read biblical accounts of what happened, and you can find out and figure out that God did something that so many people thought that it couldn't have been done. And the same parallel is running here in this Biafran agitation through the leadership of leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And go check it out. Everything that he said, everything that he spoke out and alleged is happening. And you know why? You know what? There is not going to be a gunshot in this agitation. The only gunshot that we have and that the Supreme Leader is using is the truth. And trust me, this nation, Nigeria, is going to be destroyed by the truth. Because when you expose the secrets of what's going on right from time, expose it with truth. And when people hear the truth, they jump in it. And the Bible said that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. It is the truth of what has happened right from the creation of Nigeria by Frederick Lugard that is being exposed today. That truth of what happened, the evil secret they did, is exposing Nigeria today. And you know, people don't know how to handle the truth because there is no defense of the truth. There is no defense of it. So I urge every one of you that will be listening to this, my video, that whatever percentage or amount of time you are putting into this agitation, if ever you are feeling or thinking, or let me say, feeling discouraged, because I don't see anything that will discourage you. Rather, you are inspired more by actually what is going on now. Multiply your efforts, double your efforts, and let's march on. Because this fight, as long as God has sanctioned it in heaven, as long as it paralleled the movement of the children of Israel until they reached their promised land, as long as it matches that and parallels it, we will definitely reach our promised land one day. Trust and believe in what I'm telling you. I was inspired this weekend when I read through the scripture, through Genesis and all through the Exodus about the children of Israel, and saw about the Biafran land in the Bible. Whew. Wow. When you go through that and see how Biafra land is imbibed inside the Bible, the Southeasterners, if you don't know it today. Know it today that you are part of that blessing that God blessed Abraham. He blessed him and his generation, and more generations to come. If you don't know it today, you know it, that what we're fighting is not just a hearsay or what any human being started or did. God is trying to establish his people in Africa, in the continent of Africa. And rejoice, because you are going to be in that history-making resettlement and freedom that is coming through Biafra. He will never, never, never leave his own alone. As long as you bother within that Biafran landscape, you are part of it. Part of the descendant of Gad, one of the sons of Jacob, through Eri, and how God brought that to light, to be part of history of the world, and the promise that was given to Abraham. I don't want to know, but I know. I read and I saw it, and I know that we are part of it. So this fight is not only just because we want to get out of Nigeria, that zoo, but it's because God is doing an extraordinary thing that is beyond human comprehension. Yes, some of the people may not even be lined up with this agitation. When I say some of the people, I'm talking about some of the elites that are enjoying the crumbs of Egypt right now. The political elites that are taking advantage and enjoying all the little hands off they are getting. And I don't want to blame them because that's the only scope their vision, their mind can see of what God is trying to do. In a bigger picture, God is trying to show us. But with their little mind, I don't want to, because by and by, I don't want to continue to berate them. By and by, they will see. But I do hope it doesn't get too late for them to understand what is happening and what's coming up. If only what they want is just the presidency, 2023 presidency, I have bad news for you. You're not going to be get that presidency. I can tell you with 100% assurance that the House of Fulani will never allow you, any Southeasterner, to become the president come 2023. And in fact, before 2023, Biafra will be restored. Our nation, Biafra, is coming before 2023. There is no negotiation about that. So why am I saying all these things? I just want you to understand right now that the referendum is at hand. Referendum is at hand. And what do we need to do? I just want to give us a little thing to begin to do as a way of evangelization or evangelizing our people. Now, the United Nations, so many countries are coming onto our side now. They are beginning to line up with us to see exactly what we are saying. And because that is coming to fruition, it's very important that we begin to figure out how to spread this and carry this out even to the local villages and towns, to the rural areas, to tell our people on what to do. What is the referendum? How are we going to get it? What are we going to do? How will our people, the elderly, the people that are up to the voting age, how will they know what to do and what actually referendum is? It is our responsibility to begin to preach this until it becomes a mantra in the mouths of our people, so they sing it like a song, that what we are doing is that we are trying to become our own nation. We are trying to vote, to want to separate and get our freedom so that we can change the lives of people, of everybody. You become free, freedom, independent of yourself, from any oppression, from any control of another country, independent. We need to get our people educated about what this is. Now, if we don't go in the local areas to begin to tell them what it is that we are working on, they may not understand it. And in fact, some of them may not even come out to vote. So it's incumbent upon us to make sure that we carry our people along. If you are in the rural areas, local areas, do it. If you have anything to print, any way you can spread this whole thing, do it to begin to educate our people so that when the United Nations gives us the mandate and say, okay, the referendum is going to be conducted on you guys becoming your own nation, then the real work begins. Begin to tell people exactly, the older women, the market women, the young people that have not even caught up to what is going on, because I know there are some people right now that don't even know, and if the politicians come to talk to them to confuse them and give them money, they will take and then not know what to do again, or even continue to carry out what the politicians are wanting them to do, because that's the order of the day in that zoo called Nigeria. So what they have done is they make people want to continue in hunger, or they make people hungry, keep them wanting to beg them to give them little crumbs to eat by offering money. And if you want to control people, you make them hungry, so that any little thing you give to them, they take and forget about it, until our people begin to shun the little crumbs and look for the bigger kahunas. They will not change. But it's our responsibility to make them know. And some of you will say, oh, but you guys are overseas, you are not in Nigeria to go there. That's why we are working hard every day to make sure that you are there. We are here supporting that. But I thank God there are soldiers, foot soldiers in Nigeria who understand what's going on. Foot soldiers in the Biafra land who understand what's going on. And they will do everything it takes to make sure that they educate and carry out the plans they were asked to, so that other people can understand what's going on. This is just what we are asking and wanting people to know. Don't be confused. Don't be deceived. A lot of people will come and say, oh, you guys are wasting time. These are young people that don't know anything. My brother, I want to tell you, all those people saying that these are young people, miscreants that don't have any history, know what happened in the war. I lived through the war. You cannot tell me anything that I never experienced. I experienced it. My father was a soldier. I was in the boys' company. A little boy going into the enemy's camp to find out where they were and report back to our soldiers. So you don't tell me that I'm a little boy that don't know any history of what happened during the war. I lost a sister through Kwashiorkor then. So don't tell me anything that I don't know, as if you are the only one, or that you are the one that knew everything that happened. You're just using that as an excuse to characterize IPOB as a bunch of youths that don't know anything. There are people who fought during the war that are in the IPOB. And we know what we want by and by. What God has established, what God has sanctioned, nobody can change it. It will definitely come the way it is. So my main goal is, let's begin. Let's start now to tell our people, our market women, the younger people, all those that don't still yet have an idea of what we are doing and what referendum is, because definitely it will come. Begin now to drum the beat right inside the heads of our people that this is what is going on, and this is how it's gonna, the shape it's gonna take, and when it comes, this is what you do. Let the word referendum begin to be hard in their head, in their minds, so that they will know. Also, again, I want to use this opportunity also to continue to thank God for people like Senator Enyine, Abaribe, Enyine Abaribe, yeah, and any other senator that has been working and speaking out on the evil that is going on in Nigeria and in support of what we are doing. Now, I may want to, let me say something. Perhaps some of these people are really supporting what we're saying, and if what we are doing. And if that is the case, well then, yeah, more grease to your elbows. When you use the term restructuring, we are not looking for restructuring. We are looking to go our own separate ways, because we are joined together with people who don't have the same values as we have, the same culture, the same vision, the same mindset, different in everything, different. For over 50 years, you're still trying to rebuild. You're still trying to get Nigeria up their feet. It is not working. The system is not working. Nigeria is failed. It's a failed state. It's not working for anybody. And because of that, we don't have time to continue to wait for another 50 years before you get it right, because you keep bringing people. All that people are doing is looting the resources of the country that could have been used to develop every part of this nation. I was listening to some people that they say, oh, Nigeria, they are trying. Who? Who is trying? Who are the leaders? Who are the leaders that have been trying? Shame on everyone that has sat on that leadership chair, and still today, nothing to show for it. I don't even want to go too much into that, because I know that the world had seen, you people in Nigeria, that zoo had seen it, we have seen it, that nothing is working. So every other thing and all the hopes that you have put on 2023 for presidency on the Igbo people, you keep doing it. But I know someday, when that time comes, your heart will be shattered, because you know what we've been telling you is true. They will never allow you as a Southeasterner, an Igbo person, or any other person from the Southeast to become the president of Nigeria. Take it to the bank, and you will come back and say, these guys are saying the truth. Wake up. Wake up right now and see what's going on. Align with IPOB and begin to work from your little place, so that you, at the end, will begin to say, wow, thank God I woke up early, even though you may have woken up early. How many years now has it been since this agitation started? It's in high gear. One thing I will tell you right now is that Biafra is a reality. Whether you like it or not, it is coming, and it's very close. And we are doing everything we can to make sure that it actualizes. Join the bandwagon. Begin in your little way of contribution to make sure that you evangelize the independence of the Republic of Biafra when it comes. Because when it does, that will be the day the continent of Africa enters into a changing time, because Biafra is going to lead the changing, a new paradigm shift in the African continent. Why don't you align with IPOB, support our leader Mazen Namdekano, and come out? And even if you're hiding, don't criticize what we're doing, because it is definitely going to come. And I want to use this opportunity to say thank you, and come and unite with us and fight this battle. A battle without gun, a battle that will end without any bloodshed as far as guns and shootings are concerned. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the Republic of Biafra.